Yo, my people, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're good, hope you're well. That was a get the job done sort of game, and we got the job done. Make sure you get the job done. Like, hype, subscribe, do all of that stuff. Leave a comment too, help the algorithm out. Why not? Road to 200K, road to 250K, 500K, wherever the road is to the next milestone. It can only happen with more love from the community. Share, tag, do all of that stuff. If you're not subscribed, make sure you are subscribed. And if you are subscribed, love for the love as always, people. Like and hype, do what you need to do, share and tag. But like I said, it was that sort of game, especially after the City result last night. 5-4 against Fulham. Another one that went right to the death. It didn't look like it was going to go right to the death at the Leeds game the other day on the weekend. But with Fulham fighting back with a couple goals in the last 10 minutes from Chukwueze, it was looking peak. And then the clearance off the line, but City walk away with 6 points out of six in the last two games, and it's all said and done now. Regardless of how it's happened, the table looked disgusting this afternoon, just before the game. Seeing Manchester City just 2 points away from us, when this season we have been so good, unfortunate with injuries, but so good generally, so solid, and City have been inconsistent at best. It didn't make for good reading. So any drop points tonight against Brentford, shit might have hit the fan against Villa this Saturday midday, but Villa just got involved in a scrap themselves. Hopefully, that's taken the wind out of them. It is Villa Park. It is away from home this weekend. But listen, over the years, we've generally had a great record away from home. Not necessarily against Villa all the time, but we have pulled out W's too. But tonight, like I said, it was all about the W. And listen, when I saw the lineup, I can't lie to you, I thought, oof, Mikel, surely the Bayern game was the game to make a few more changes than you did, because after the draw against Chelsea, I just felt like this Brentford game and this Villa game this weekend are the must wins. And I know we're saying this week in, week out, but after two away games, Sunderland and then Chelsea, where we dropped 4 points essentially. Yeah, I needed to get the W, and seeing the lineup heavily rotated. Listen, we got a squad. The depth is there. Yo, my people, I'm not gonna lie. I love a sponsor that makes sense, one that can help the community. It just makes it easy for me, and this is one of those. This video is sponsored by Coupert. They're here to help you make savings. Christmas is coming, and I know the shopping carts are carting, but make sure you're getting the best deal possible. Smarter shoppers, they use Coupert. Install the free extension onto your desktop and/or mobile browser. Coupert supports Safari, Chrome, Firefox, and more. Register your account and you're in. What is it? What does it do? It's an AI powered shopping assistant. They offer three core services. Number one, automatic coupon testing at checkout, ensuring you get the ultimate savings possible. Number two, cashback rewards, returning a portion of commission back into your account. Yes, your account. And number three, a price comparison service, constantly searching the World Wide Web for the best deal possible. It does it all, and at the click of just a button or two. Once installed, just shop as normal, and Coupert will alert you if there are any savings to be made or deals to be had. With a Trustpilot rating of 4.8 out of 5, 6 million desktop users, and 3 million mobile users, Coupert, they're already certified. Have you got it? No? Make sure you get it now. Shop smarter. Scan the QR code on screen now or click the link in the description. Add the free extension onto your browser, register, and save money shopping online. Why buy all these players? Why spend the amount of money we have spent on the squad if we're not going to trust them? And more of this from them, the more trust that comes with it. When I look at the lineup, there's 6 starters that are essentially not there, or 6 non-starters playing. That goes for Ben White. A very merry return for him. I know Christmas is around the corner, but that was a great performance all around, and I'm going to get into all of that. Mosquera and Hincapié, back-to-back appearances for them. The first 2 appearances they've had together in an Arsenal shirt, and the first clean sheet they've got together in an Arsenal shirt. And the midfield was as strong as ever. Leeds. This guy was in my house a week ago talking about it's war, talking about, it's up to us, London Pride, to stop them in camo gear in the middle of the night, 3:30 in the morning. I live the other side of London to him. It ain't easy. We did Big Six that night too. So the journey weren't easy. But a week later, they're losing to Leeds away from home. Some London pride. And I've just seen Sunderland have scored as well. Not that I'm really keeping an eye on Liverpool games. I haven't even started on the Flash score app. But yeah, I mean, big up Sunderland. Why not? But yeah, where was I? Lineup. Sorry, that just came out of nowhere. Lineup. The three at the back, non-starters, and then you have Madueke and Martinelli. I think surprised that both started the game. Surprised that Saka was on the bench for this game, and then we had Marino retain his place up front, where a lot of people thought Gyökeres would come back in. But I believe, listen, Mikel Marino, it's his position to lose, people. It's his position to lose. You can't produce the output you're producing, regardless of if you don't like the profile or how he goes about it, or he looks clunky, or he's not in the 90 minutes. You know what he is in? The moments. And in that nine position, whether it's a false nine, 99, 999, yeah, he has produced the best output over a period of games. And that goes for not just Kai Havertz at the end of last season when Marino come in and we didn't miss Kai as much as a lot of people thought we might. Gyökeres too. You know, Gyökeres got another, 10 minutes off the bench today. He needs to get that goal. He needs to apply the pressure onto Marino now, because I'll be honest with you, I'm starting Marino against Aston Villa too. Now, listen, there's still another couple of days before that game, and my mind might change. But the reality is, right now, I'm thinking as clearly as ever. It's fair. A goal and an assist. I think that's very fair. And the header was beautiful. The run was very nice. If Gyökeres or Havertz did that, you know, each, what do you call it? Listen, Havertz Hive, Gyökeres gang, the Mikel mob are winning. I ain't talking Arteta. Marino is stepping up, and listen, we're Arsenal fans. So whether it's Marino stepping up, Havertz stepping up, or Gyökeres stepping up, to us it shouldn't matter who steps up. It shouldn't matter. I don't care. You shouldn't care either. We shouldn't have favorites. The favorite should be Arsenal, and the goal should be winning the league. Whoever leads the line, whoever dominates the midfield, whoever rules the defense, yeah, it's all part and parcel of Arsenal Football Club. So listen, Marino's doing his thing, and I think he deserves his spot. The rotation obviously had some impact on the game, I believe. You know, we wasn't as fluid as maybe we would have been if we had more. Listen, the first half, actually, I think Madueke had a very good half. I think every time he got the ball, he was looking to cause a few problems. I think Ben White behind him as well had a very good half. It just felt like the Ben White Saka combination of a year and a half, 2 years ago. But Ben White pulled out the assist from a little 1-2 with Madueke, where Madueke put a little sauce on the pass back, and Ben White produced a beautiful ball into the box. Marino made that run inside of the defender, blindsided him, got the header 1-0 early on. And I think that calmed a lot of nerves, because as that game went on, the lack of chances, it remaining 1-0 for so long, if that goal, the importance of that goal just grew and grew. And I know, I ain't Einstein here. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know if it felt more important, especially when you're just leading 1-0 at 89 minutes. But it just settled the nerves being 1-0 up that early. And we was never really under threat aside from David Raya. Massive save in a massive moment. And again, you look at that game in hindsight, the lack of real big chances created. Domination, yes. Big chances, few and far between at the very best. I think that save, watching a replay doesn't do it justice, especially a slow-mo of it. That save was up there. It's going to be up there at the end of the season for one of the saves of the season, because the distance between the ball being struck and him making that save, it was essentially just behind him before he gets his fingertips onto it, onto the crossbar, and then I think Calafiori clears it from then. That save was as important as Marino's goal, without a shadow of a doubt. And again, that save grew in importance as the game went on, like Marino's goal did, because generally Madueke, Ben White, first half, impressive. I think Calafiori was impressive too. And I think Declan Rice, as always, impressive. The whole team was good, right? I'm just picking out a few players that I thought, especially with Ben White and Madueke, who surprised, was happy Timber was left on the bench considering the amount of game time. But with Saka, I thought, listen, this is a must-win game. I don't know if we can be risking this. This is a makeshift front three. If everyone's fit and well, that front three are on the bench. But that front three produced, and the back line produced too. 2-0, we walk away, the 5-point gap remains. And as we sit here now, Leeds remain 3-1 up against Chelsea, London Pride, and all of that stuff. But they'll talk about Europe. And Liverpool remain 1-0 down against Sunderland. Man City right now 5 points off. We've got a massive game against Aston Villa coming up on this weekend too. So to kick off the week, it was a bit different tonight. Tonight the pressure was on us to retain that gap, to put that 5 point gap back into place. Whereas the last few game weeks, it's felt like we've had the opportunity to extend it, and it was up to other clubs to narrow it down. Or am I mistaken? Who cares? But yeah, Marino, his position to lose. And match detail wise, I mean, I've probably spoken about the big moments already. Madbeke being impressive in the first half, Ben White being impressive in the first half, Raya's save being so important, Calafiori's back heel. There was a Martinelli shot in the first half. Again, Ben White was involved. Calafiori towards the right back position in the box, back heel to Ben White, lands at Martinelli, should be getting that on target, blazes it over. But I just remember that back heel from Callum thinking, this guy. And I love Lewis Skelly. When the season started and the realization that Calafiori straight back in and it's his spot to lose again, I just thought a bit harsh. Still think it was harsh, but Calafiori's put in the performances that a man can't question it. A man can't feel sorry. This is elite level sport and this is elite level competition. We're at the top of the game now. And yes, ops, calm down. You hit the like button to hype the video and go show Cooper some love. But yeah, we have to win stuff. I know this, but we're at the top of our game. That listen, as closer to the top than we've ever been in the Emirates era. I think we can all agree on that. Arsenal fans and ops, but Liverpool have equalised. Not that it matters. Sorry, it's just in the background, people. And like I said, the second half was void. Oh, Florian Wirtz. What? What? Grizz. Gary, he's gonna. Can he go mad? It's 1-1. Not too sure. We'll find out. Big Six. Make sure you're subscribed there too. Link is in the description. Second half, yeah, Marino he missed a chance to make it 2-0 about 70 minutes in. Aside from that, Brentford had nothing. We had not much else. There was a Calafiori shot. He done very well, cutting on his right foot into the box, forced Kelleher into a save, and then Saka's follow-up. He scuffed it. Absolutely scuffed it. He should have scored that one. It should have been 2-0 there. I think that was just before the 90th minute and just after the 90th minute. Mikel Merino. Again, I forgot to mention it when I'm talking about him retaining his spot. But Mikel Merino bursting through midfield. Yes, I know there was no one in that midfield, but he burst through it and then plays a beautiful pass. Listen, Saka's run was beautiful, but the pass, it landed. Saka, it looked like he might have, lost the moment, but he cuts in, gets his shot off, and Kelleher makes the save. But the save, I mean, I can't really call it a save. He got something on it, but it still landed in the back of the net. Just. And I picked Saka as my star man on loose cannon. So yeah, that should go down very well, people. And loose cannons will be out tomorrow morning. So make sure you're there. Special guest as always. Like, hype, subscribe as always, and show Coupert some love as always, people. Oh yeah, 29 GNA. Well, it actually is 30 now. I believe when Marino scored, I saw something pop up, whether it was on the TV or whether it was on socials, that goal was Mikel Marino's 29th goal contribution in 2025. If that is the case, and I didn't just make that up, then the assist would make it 30 goal contributions in 2025. Mikel Marino, he's our starting striker, people. It's his to lose. We can only be fair. Havertz, Hive, put the weapons down. Jokeres gang, put the weapons down. Mikel Mob, you're ruling, and long may that continue as long as we continue winning games. Jokeres, come off the bench and do something. Havertz, weeks away, according to Arteta, like Gabriel is, whereas Trossard and Saliba, days away. And I nearly forgot, with Mosquera coming off injured, I mean, Saliba needs to be back for that Aston Villa game, and he needs to be back ready because he's come off a couple of times, and yeah, it's not ideal. Another defender down. Hopefully, it's good news with Mosquera, even though he looked quite upset about it, probably because he knows that's his chance to hold down a spot. Because if you step in and step up, then You step up and deserve to keep it. But Saliba comes back in this weekend. Fingers crossed he'll be ready. I'll be ready. Hopefully we're all ready. We'll be there. We will definitely be there. Match reaction will come out for that. Match preview will come out for that. Loose Cannons out tomorrow. But make sure you like, hype, subscribe right here if you haven't subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. But listen, as well as that, you got to scroll down. Go in the description. There's a link there. There's a QR code on screen. There's a link in the pinned comment section too. Show Coupert some love. It helps you save money. Makes sense. Make it make sense. Love for the love, people. I'm out. Peace.